So, Ken, what is it like you like about the Fiddler?
Well, you asked a question, so I thought I'd give you. I thought about it. One I love is the Gemütlichkeit. It's just a neighborhood meeting place, and you meet a lot of people you don't normally mix with. And I'm a state senator, so some days I run in sort of an elite world, but then it's sort of nice to come home and just be with your neighbors.
What do you think about how Fiddler fits in the community?
Well, I've looked at it this way. And I've been to the Rainier Club, and I've been to the Fiddler, and they both serve a purpose. They're a mixing spot for people, and they come from different milieus, but at the same time, a lot of mixing and a lot of healthy exchange goes on, and a lot of reinforcement and knowing you're not alone in the world. Then I remember what one of my daughters said to me one time. She said to me, Dad, somebody said, look, there's a lot of Americans that don't like their jobs, and they belong to a club, and it's called the Neighborhood Bar, and they meet there every day at 5 o'clock. Now, I've enjoyed my jobs, but I still enjoy meeting on my way home, just stopping by and exchanging a few pleasantries and then moving on home.
What is that quote you always tell me?
A tavern is a busy man's place, an idle man's business, a melancholy stranger's welcome, a scholar's refuge, and a citizen's kindness. And that was written in the 18th century. I saw it on a pub wall in England, and I said to my wife, they got it about much right. Not much has changed.
Yeah.
I think they've sort of embodied the whole deal. Yeah, and I might have used the word pub, but I think this, if I go to the Fiddlers, I'm talking about an American tradition, not an English tradition.
Right. Yeah. And it's great in Seattle. It's like we've got all these places with the rotating taps, so it's like you never know what you're going to get, but you know it's going to be good.
Yeah, and then the other thing, and then of course the Fiddlers went on the cutting edge of introducing new beers, but the other thing I don't think a lot of satellites realize that the Pacific coast from roughly California through Alaska is on the cutting edge of new brewing styles, and to be able to walk in your neighborhood pub and have 12 handles on. I mean, you go to other parts of the country or even Europe, you're lucky to have 2 or 3.
Yeah.
In fact, 1 microbrew. We got an embarrassment of riches out here.
Yeah.
When it comes to beer.
That's a good way of putting it. All right. Well, just tell me something interesting.
Well, I got 2 things. I was just thinking about it a little bit. I got 2 things to tell about this place. And I've been coming here since about 1966. And some of the old timers told me, and I don't know if this is true, and I haven't researched it, but this is actually a trapper's hut that during Prohibition served moonshine.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that.
And,
makes sense, actually.
Yeah. And so then when they went around and finally legalized beer, well, then it switched over to being the Fiddler's Inn and doing that. But it goes way back. And the streetcar line stopped right across the street down by the Morning Star there.
Wow. I didn't know that.
And this area was nothing but, to the north of here, there's a couple farms out this way and stuff, and Thornton Creek is where this guy that had this place trapped all along Thornton Creek.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that.
And then the other one...
They officially started at 33, so that would make sense.
Whatever year it was, yeah, I can't remember 33, 34 right now, but Roosevelt came in and they wanted to get the end of Prohibition. And then the only other thing I'll say, and I'll just put in a little commercial here, one of the bartenders here is Nina, and she makes some outstanding quilts.
Oh, yeah.
And it was yesterday. This place raised $6,000 for Northwest Harvest, approximately, and that just shows you the community spirit that radiates out of these places. And then I have to admit, in the end, and I'll close up with Nita, quilt. One of them is there. What the firkin? Might as well have a few laughs. as Will Rogers said, you're only going to be here a short while. Do the best you can and get a few laughs.
Okay.